All right, we're told all the time that AI is changing the world. But what if the real key to understanding it wasn't locked away in some high-tech lab, but was actually sitting right there in your pocket? Well, today, we're going to give you the field guide to spot the AI you're already using every single day. You hear the term AI tossed around constantly, right? It's in our phones, it's in our cars, it's what decides the next show we watch. But what is it actually doing? What's the job? That's the big mystery we're going to unravel today. Okay, first things first. I want you to just forget about the walking, talking robots for a minute. Real-world AI is so much more subtle. And honestly, it's way more interesting than what you see in the movies. And here's the secret. The key to getting AI isn't about knowing how to code or becoming a data scientist. Nope. It's about learning to spot just a handful of basic patterns. And once you see them, trust me, you'll start seeing AI everywhere. Okay, so let's dive in. To really get what AI is all about, we've got to first talk about what it isn't. And that starts with a really important difference, the one between simple automation and actual intelligence. Think about your coffee maker. You set it to start brewing at 7 a.m. and boom, it does exactly that every morning without fail. Sure, it's automated, but is it intelligent? Nah, not really. It's just following one single, unchanging instruction. And this slide? This lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got automation. It's deterministic. It follows a rigid script. A always leads to B. You program it. But on the right, you have intelligence. It's probabilistic, meaning it works with uncertainty. It learns from messy, real-world information. You don't program it. You train it. That's the key difference. So you know a problem is perfect for AI when it needs to do these three things. Let's call them the 3 Ps. First, the system has to perceive the world around it. Then it has to predict what might happen next. And finally, it has to plan its next move. This simple loop is the foundation for everything else we're about to talk about. Okay, so how does that whole intelligence loop actually show up in the real world? Well, it tends to appear in 7 distinct patterns. This is the heart of our field guide, the toolkit you need to become an AI spotter. Now, there are 7 of these fundamental patterns, and they cover everything from spotting when something's gone wrong to figuring out complex goals. Seriously, think of them like different tools in a toolbox. Each one is designed for a very specific job, and you can combine them to build some incredibly smart things. Now, we're not going to have time to go through all 7 today, so we're going to zero in on the big 3, the ones you absolutely use every single day, probably without even realizing it. All right, let's jump into the first pattern, and I'm willing to bet you've already used this one today. This is the conversational pattern. The goal here is super simple. Make it so we can talk to our devices just like we talk to other people, using our own natural language, whether we're speaking or just typing. This is the stuff you see everywhere, from the customer service chatbots that pop up on websites, to the voice assistant on your phone, and even those incredible tools that can translate an entire web page in the blink of an eye. And the absolute classic example, just asking your phone, hey, what's the weather like? The way it understands your question and speaks the answer right back to you? Yep, that's the conversational pattern in action. Okay, next up, we've got the recognition pattern. You know, the real world isn't a bunch of neat spreadsheets, right? It's messy. It's full of photos, sounds, videos, all kinds of unstructured stuff. This pattern is all about teaching machines how to make sense of that chaos. This is the actual magic behind things like facial recognition, those apps that can name a song just by hearing a few seconds of it, and even how your banking app can read your messy handwriting when you deposit a check. I mean, just think about this for a second. You snap a group photo, and your phone instantly draws little boxes around everyone's faces and suggests who to tag. How did it do that? It recognized them. That's the recognition pattern, plain and simple. Now, our third pattern is called hyper-personalization, and this one is really cool. This isn't just about lumping you into some big category like people who watch sci-fi. No, this is about building a profile that is uniquely yours, one that's always learning and adapting just for you. This is the engine that drives all those personalized experiences, the recommended for you products when you're shopping, the custom news feed on your phone, and even really advanced things like personalized medicine. And the best example of this, the one we all know, is that For You feed on your favorite video app. You know the one that feels like it can read your mind. That is pure hyper-personalization. It's learning from every single thing you watch, like, and skip, all to predict the next video you're gonna love. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting. These patterns are powerful on their own, for sure. But the real magic happens when they don't just work alone, but start teaming up. Okay, so let's take a shopping chatbot and just pull it apart for a second. When you ask it a question, that's the conversational pattern, understanding your words. When it suggests products you might like based on things you've bought before, that's the hyper-personalization pattern at work. And when it flags a purchase as being weird or unusual, that's a whole other pattern called the anomaly pattern. See? They all work together seamlessly.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that by understanding these simple patterns, you've now got a new set of glasses, a brand new field guide for looking at the technology all around you. See, it's not about some big, mysterious, all-knowing computer. It's just about applying these specific, understandable patterns to solve very specific problems. And that is how you cut through all the hype and really see what AI is all about. So, as you go about the rest of your day, try to keep this field guide in your head. When you use an app or talk to a device, just ask yourself, wait, which pattern is this? Now that you know what's going on under the hood, the only question left is, which pattern are you going to spot first?